20 House Republicans slamming the Biden administration in a letter demanding answers from the Department of Homeland Security on the escalating border crisis.
The group writing, quote, "These numbers are appalling and are a direct result of the Biden administration's weak border policies and your lackluster performance as the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security." Congressman Jody Hice is part of the group demanding answers and joins us now. Congressman, good to see you. Do you think you will get answers?
Yeah, listen, I doubt very seriously if we'll get answers, but we need answers. This is a catastrophe of gigantic proportions on our southern border, where we just had a secure border 7 months ago, and now it's a train wreck down there. We're having records of people coming across. We have COVID, we have violent criminals, gangsters, terrorists, and the American people are footing the bill on all of this. It's time now for heads to roll. People need to be held accountable from the president, the vice president, Mayorkas. People need to be held accountable for what's going on and what is not going on at our southern border.
Your colleague Andy Biggs introducing articles of impeachment against Mayorkas. Quote, Secretary Mayorkas has failed to faithfully uphold his oath and has instead presided over a reckless abandonment of border security and immigration enforcement at the expense of the Constitution and the security of the United States. But, Congressman, would any of this change under a new DHS secretary if the orders are still coming from the Biden White House?
Well, I mean, that's part of the problem, isn't it? We have, and by the way, we have filed a resolution also of censorship against Biden himself, which is one step below impeachment. But look, the Biden administration itself needs to start being held accountable for this. That's where it all starts. So, yeah, there's a problem that goes all the way to the top, and it includes the Secretary of DHS, who has absolutely not done his job. I mean, the mission of the DHS is with honor and integrity to safeguard our homeland, our people, and our values, and they're not doing it. And so there's got to be accountability both at the level of Department of Homeland Security as well as the Biden administration itself.
I guess I'll kind of reiterate and double down on Todd's question, because, I mean, we've discussed this at length over even the last, few days and weeks. But if you are successful in getting Secretary Mayorkas out and a new person comes in, it's hard to fathom a scenario in which there's going to be drastic changes. And you look at these border encounters here in the Southwest. This is June of 2020 and 2021. And you can see this year we're nearing 200,000 in just that month. June of 2020, it was just over 33,000. I mean, these numbers are stark differences. So, is a new person going to change those numbers?
Not unless we have change in policy from the Biden administration. I mean, you're exactly correct. That's why we are trying to apply pressure across the board. I mean, Kamala Harris has been charged now as the czar. She doesn't even really care to go. She doesn't want to know what's happening at our southern border. Biden has reversed all the policies. So, yeah, if we have a continual path that we are currently on, coming from the Biden administration, to ignore our southern border, then nothing is going to improve. So we are applying pressure to the Homeland Security Director in hopes that message will go all the way to the Biden administration to the top. We have got to secure our borders. We've got COVID coming across, traffickers, human traffickers, terrorists, you name it. It is insane. Listen, last week alone, McAllen, Texas had 1,500 people positive with COVID that were released into their town. And yet all across America, we're shutting down over COVID. This has got to be corrected. It starts at the top, and we're doing everything we can to put pressure from Mayorkas all the way up.
Congressman Jody Hice, thank you so much for being here. It's going to be interesting to see how Republicans play